Sorry, up here. Up here, the giant strips. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Roger that.
God bless America.
Yeah, hot.
God bless the men and women in blue. God bless you guys. We love you. You're on your side.
The media's J6 narrative continues to unravel. We got a bombshell hidden camera revelation from a deep state operative. Plus, we got dozens of J6 defendants suing the Capitol Police for millions. You are not going to want to miss this. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you stay sane during these insane times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button, and let's dive right in. Newsweek is reporting that a group of J6 defendants have filed a class action lawsuit against 21 Capitol Police officers and others for millions of dollars worth in damages. Nearly 80 defendants have filed the lawsuit alleging brutality on the part of the Capitol Police officers. One of those defendants, Jake Lang, was arrested back in January 2021. He was just 25 years old at the time. Gang, he just celebrated his 28th birthday behind bars and has yet to even have a trial. And he's, of course, not alone. But Lang has confirmed that 2 attorneys from J6 Legal have picked up his and other defendants' lawsuits against Capitol Police, and they'll now be taking them to court in the hopes of basically suing the hell out of them, to put it mildly. Now, at the same time this is happening, we got a bombshell hidden video of a CIA contractor confirming that there were upwards of 24 undercover FBI agents in the crowd on J6.
I thought you said that there were FBI agents in the crowd at J6.
There always are when there's a big protest in D.C. Just in case it gets out of hand like that. But there wasn't enough to turn that tide. I mean, I'm talking they maybe have 20. You needed 1,000 to get rid of that crowd.
So they had like, that was just 20?
Yeah, just to go through there and see what they can hear, you know, that kind of thing.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. They needed 1,000 at least.
Well,
Wow.
see, that's also Capitol Police jurisdiction. They're in charge.
So
why they didn't have more on hand, I don't know.
The Bureau didn't really want people knowing that they were in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be overstepping their bounds.
A little bit.
Do people know that?
Why?
Did people know that the Bureau was in the crowd?
Nope, and probably never will.
You know agents that were there?
Mm-hmm.
That was an undercover report from the organization Sound Investigations, and the significance there is that that's the first time we actually have a 3-letter agency bureaucrat admitting openly that there were undercover FBI agents on the ground on J6. Remember, this is what FBI Director Christopher Wray had to say when directly confronted on this issue.
Does the FBI have confidential human sources? Did the FBI have confidential human sources embedded within the January 6th protesters on January 6th of 2021?
Well, Congressman, as I'm sure you can appreciate, I have to be very careful about what I can say about when
Even now, because that's what you told us 2 years ago.
May I finish? About when we do and do not, and where we have and have not used confidential human sources. But to the extent that there's a suggestion, for example, that the FBI's confidential human sources or FBI employees in some way instigated or orchestrated January 6th, that's categorically false.
Did you have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters inside the Capitol on January the 6th prior to the doors being open?
Again, I had to be very careful.
It should be a no. Can you not tell the American people, no, we did not have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters positioned inside the Capitol?
Gentleman's time has expired.
You should not read anything into my decision not to share information.
Director Wray,
confidential human
gentleman's time has expired.
It's just so easy. Just say no. Just say no. This isn't hard. But of course he can't, and we all know why. And again, the media, the legacy media, the very institution pushing the notion that J6 was the single greatest attack on our nation since 9/11. That very legacy media also knows this, and we know that from undercover footage of what a New York Times reporter admitted.
We're the ones, not Fox, not Breitbart, who actually went and uncovered the fact that, there were a ton of FBI informants on the people who attacked the Capitol. That was us, not the right-wing guys.
Hey, gang, you know that the powers that be are wreaking havoc on the economy. You could see it with your own eyes. Bumbling Biden and his disastrous policies are causing all kinds of financial issues for Americans. But thankfully, there are freedom-loving patriots out there working hard to destroy despair and create generational wealth for you and for your loved ones. And these same patriots are beating the left at their own game. I'm so grateful that my friend and sponsor, Michael Lush, is one such patriot. He's the founder of Replace Your University and the incredible upcoming Create Your Own Economy event. This is one event our country is in desperate need of, and Michael's offering it to Turley Talkers at an amazing price. Gang, there's already a group of Turley Talks patriots that have been following Michael's expert advice, and they're changing their financial futures and securing a legacy to leave for their children and grandchildren. This live virtual event, Michael and his business partner, Joseph Aaron, will lead you through their bulletproof financial blueprint to help you become a victor instead of a victim in today's insane economic time. So come on, gang. You got nothing to lose when you join us in this masterclass that'll teach you to take charge of your financial destiny. Get your tickets for this amazing virtual event. You just got to click on that link below and join us Monday, April 15th at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Just click on that link below to register, and I can't wait to see you there. So there you heard it yourself. That was Matthew Rosenberg, the national security correspondent for the New York Times, claiming that, or better, admitting that there were, quote, tons of FBI informants among the people who attacked the Capitol. But that's a far cry from the way the New York Times has been reporting January 6th. Take a look at this headline. Jan 6 panel seeks to debunk unfounded theory about FBI role in riot. Or this one. No, there's no evidence that the FBI organized the Capitol riot. Stupid. It was all about you knuckle-dragging Trump hicks trying to overturn an election. Leave the FBI out of it. They're so kind and sweet. So now we got a CIA contractor admitting that there were upwards of 20 FBI undercover agents inside the crowds on J6. We got FBI Director Wray refusing to answer direct question as to whether there were undercover agents there. And of course, we've got a New York Times reporter admitting on hidden camera that there were, in his words, tons of FBI informants amidst the crowd. It does seem as if the J6 narrative peddled by the Democrats and the legacy media is indeed unraveling. The latest polls show that most people, half, believe that J6 was a protest that got out of control, not an actual insurrection. Only Democrats and a few independents believe that, about 40%. The legacy media has failed in its attempt at convincing the majority of the nation that J6 was an insurrection. But more than that, an increasing number of Americans believe that the FBI was actually behind the riot. And the reason for this is rather obvious. Many people, I've heard it myself, they've been saying things like, if you told me 3 years ago that the government purposely entrapped J6 protesters, I would never have believed you. But now, after years of a Russian collusion hoax, after the Hunter Biden laptop is nothing more than Russian disinformation lie, after covering up the COVID origins and on, and now watching the Biden administration actively trying to interfere in the 2024 election by locking up Trump, now I believe it. Now I believe it. Millions of people are reasoning that way today. I would not have believed it 3 years ago, but I believe it now. I've had dozens of personal conversations with people, many of whom who in the past have voted exclusively Democrat, now openly doubting everything coming out of the lying media. Everything. They're doubting everything. And just as an aside, you probably saw this, a senior editor from NPR who's been with NPR for over 2 decades. He's come out admitting that the broadcast company is totally and completely far left. They're as woke gets, and they don't report news. They report narrative. They report woke narrative, not news. That's coming from an NPR senior editor. And he laments it because he's concluded that that's why no one believes NPR anymore. They've destroyed the trust they once had among a vast swath of the American people. That trust has been decimated because they become propagators of this far-left, radically destructive ideology. When all is said and done, the legacy media thought they had the credibility they once had still operative for them to push a J6 narrative that would persuade the masses. They were wrong. And perhaps this November, they're going to find out just how wrong they really are. Hey, gang, I just wanted to give you a huge note of thanks to each and every one of you, the thousands of you that have recently clicked on the link below and joined our Insiders Club. As many of you know, we took a big hit from big tech. Our channel was completely and totally demonetized, but you, literally thousands of you, stepped in and you rescued me and this channel by bypassing big tech and joining our Insiders Club. You made it loud and clear to the Silicon Valley oligarchs that we're a movement, an army of like-minded patriots who refuse to be silenced by the international woke police. And so once again, I just want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you who have joined our Insiders Club for coming to our rescue. And for those of you who want to join in on the effort and take action, gang, just click on the link below and join our email list. That way we will never, ever, ever lose touch with each other, no matter what big tech does. So just click on that link below, join our email list, and become a part of an army of literally hundreds of thousands of patriots dedicated to taking our nation back, most importantly, together.